Final game from Cacciatore Stadium starts now. Indianapolis against White Sox ace Nike RBI, and why not start the pace? Angelina Silvas going bunt the first one she sees, trying to get it into play at 114.
She got it back in time, so it's going to be a ball one.
And you're seeing the infield is already playing in. Cheyenne Daniel at first. Brooklyn Reck is at third, and Reck was actually catching Daniel at the end of last game about 25 minutes ago. So battery partners are now corner infield teammates.
Yeah, got to give the knees a rest, though. You can't be catching more than one game in a day.
You definitely do, and I think I'll start it off again saying hi, everybody, and welcome in as that one is slammed on the ground to Dowdy. She's having difficulty to throw over to first. Not in time, leadoff single, trying to ruin the intro, but I'm Austin Kroom, Henry Dominy, the producer, and doing everything Big Texas. We are here for Game 3 at Cacciatore Stadium. Been here since about 8 this morning. Really enjoying it so far.
I am definitely enjoying it. My first time here at the DePaul's campus, a part of it, and it is amazing. Very lovely part of the city.
Kendall Rainey, the lefty and center fielder, looks at one past her as Silvas takes second and definitely thought about taking third.
Yeah, Smith behind the plate, doing her best. Almost did the splits there. Very difficult. You know, trying to get used to the traction a little bit behind home plate. You know, and it's AstroTurf. Obviously, she got a little bit of a feel for it the last game, but behind the plate's a little different. You know, a little trampled on.
And even though it is an 0-1 count, Henry, you saw this White Sox Nike RBI team has laid down bunt. Jackson's going to get at the pitcher, not going to be in time. It's going to be 2 back-to-back infield singles.
And that's another base as well.
And there's another base as somebody was caught sleeping.
So I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
You know where I'm going with
yeah, I saw this team opening night, and they had so much speed. They just showed it there. And this team really has so much speed and is going to attack the base paths.
And you also saw them. They're heavy hitters. They're going to get it done on both sides. It's another lefty in the pitcher in this one. Selena Elias is going to try to bring 2 in, with both of number 1 and 2 hitters already being runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I did not see them get any of the home runs or anything like that in that first game at UIC Flames Stadium.
Inside, way inside, off the glove of Smith. The throw in, not going to be in time, so it's going to be Silvas as the first runner of the game for the White Sox.
Attacking early, and they'll probably be attacking often as well.
And you can see it as Rainey's already on the third. 1 run has already been in. It's only the 3rd hitter of the game.
I literally think we're less than 2 minutes into the game, and we've already seen a run scored. It is.
We are 3 minutes in.
Yeah, it's quick, all right.
It's going to be some quick offense from both sides. Indianapolis just yesterday put up 20 on the KCs. That one's right through the chutes, and it's going to be an RBI single for Elias. It's now 2-0 White Sox.
Make it 2.
I was going to say Indianapolis put up 20 on KC Nike RBI yesterday.
It's been a difficult road.
Since that game.
Yeah, since that game. I bet they were thinking, hey, man, we're coming out 20 runs. Let's go. And then it's just a difficult road.
And that's really how the game of baseball and softball works. You're set up. The game is set up for you to fail. If you go 3 of 10, you're a Hall of Famer. So you got to put it into that perspective. You're going to find times where you're really feeling good and doing everything, and you're able to just keep hitting and hitting and hitting. And then other times you're not really able to get anything. As the runner is now Malia Watson. She's on first. Malia, excuse me.
And I was able to talk to the White Sox coach before that game, and he was so excited talking about how first year here, yeah, the guys are tearing it up, especially on the 18 and 15U sides, but they're trying to make themselves felt at every level.
And you have to, as that's off the bat of Cotner to the shortstop. Dowdy, she'll flip to second. Boiso's going to get it, so it's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice.
And that's a smart play there by the Indy defense. That should be a confidence builder. They have to think, hey, man, goldfish mentality, toss out those first couple at-bats, first couple runs, and say, hey, we just got that nice fielder's choice right there, got the lead runner out. That's what you're supposed to do. That's textbook right there. Keep building on that.
And you really like to see it. You get the lead runner. If you're Indianapolis, you want to keep seeing that type of defensive awareness, especially in the infield where Dowdy, she could play any position. Boiso was already at second. She was ready to snap, throw, fire to first. Just wasn't going to beat the legs of Cotner's Mia Holcomb is ahead in the count 1-0. That was a lower strike call. That's interesting.
And White Sox has already shown their speed and the bunt and the small ball capability. I want to see now if they're going to start saying, hey, we got a couple on. Why not swing? Why not go for the fences?
Why not? We haven't seen that today. The only one we've really seen was a double off the top of the wall of Cheyenne Daniels as a wild pitch is going to allow Cotner to run into second.
That was a good throw there from behind the backstop and trying to get it over to second, just stopping her, making sure that they check up. And these checking up on the runners at the base pass is very difficult, but if you can do it correctly, you're going to stop a couple extra bases and free bases.
So Holcomb is ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, runner on second. And it's now going to be 3-1 as another one gets away. 90 feet away is Cotner.
The throw was almost in time, but just circling around those base passes is what the White Sox are doing.
And it was a rainbow-esque throw. It had a lot of curvature to it, Henry. But you said earlier is that it's really difficult to get certain throws, whether you're in college, high school, or in this case even anywhere random, as that one's going to be through up the middle. That's an RBI base hit. Mia Holcomb is tacking on more. It is 3-0. The South Side's leading.
And what the White Sox are doing is attacking up the middle. It's difficult to get a hit, but if you can really place your hit, especially up the middle when both the shortstop and the second base are playing far off second, it's just going to go straight to the center fielder.
Jaslyn Morton, the left fielder, stepping up for her first one. Don't think she expected to be hitting. Now she's the 6-hole hitter.
Yeah, you're sitting in the dugout and you're saying, hey, I'm a 6-hole hitter. You know, maybe I get up, maybe, but you know, not this quickly. I mean, it is fast-paced by the White Sox. They're playing the game as fast as they want to. It's like basketball almost. You have a fast-paced offense, and you just keep going. That defense and the other team is just going to be gassed very quickly.
And they're just still passing the middle pipe backwards with only 1 out, as that one's going to be a popper in the infield. Dowdy's going to get it chucked to first. Would have had a chance to be a double play if Daniels was able to get it. But the runner Holcomb is going to advance.
She was so close to second, had to run all the way back to first, went down to the ground, got back up, then to second. That's called dedication. Good job by the base coach telling, get up, go, go, go. And it's really positive by the base coaches from the White Sox to get these runners around and be super quickly.
And you can see him dancing on second as Mia Holcomb after she advanced on an error. Ilani Herrera. First licks in this one, the shortstop. And she sees the first one she likes, lights up her eyes, and shoots it through the hole. The runner is going to be coming home as it was a throw to first. 4-0.
I'm doing as fast as I can on the scoreboard and making sure we keep it updated for all you viewers at home. We welcome you in and hope we can have a great stream today.
The great stream I've seen so far is the hitting side from the White Sox Nike RBI. They're already at their 8-hole hitter, Zaria Hatcher.
And if you look right here, the batter is so forward in the box.
Her front foot is almost out of the box as Herrera almost rounded second on her way potentially to third. It will be a stolen bag even on the wild pitch.
Right now, what Indianapolis needs to do is they need to go out and talk to Elias, and really just calm her down. They had a little bit of a struggle in the first inning last game, and just calm down, work your pitches, trust your defense, and you have 2 outs right now, but you just have to trust that defense and really work.
And that's the name of the game. When you get teams that have been doing this for so long, their defense is going to be as sound as the best of them. These are 2 brand new teams with year number 2 for Indianapolis and year number 1 for the White Sox softball program. That one's going to go off the glove of Smith. That's a second one off her. This one's going to get behind, though. And you just look at everything in that situation. It's New Year's. So the teams, they're young. They're going to do everything they can to get into it. A program like Cincinnati, they've been doing it for a long time, which is why they won the entire thing last year.
If you're Cincinnati, obviously you're very confident. You've won all your games. Or, excuse me, I think all but one game.
All but one game, as that's a walk, and Smith is running the runner back to third. Could see a turn headed to second, and you will see a turn headed to second. Hatcher is going to go, excuse me. Now a pickle between third and home. That was quite a confusing one, but that will be out of the inning.
Yeah, if you were doing a radio call there, it would have been really tough to describe, but
that was tough to describe with television.
But White Sox, you have to know, once they get on base, it's going to be chaos. They're going to bring the ruckus on the base pass.
You're going to have to see what Indianapolis is going to bring up in the bottom half. They're down by 4 here at Cacciatore Stadium. Aaliyah Dowdy is up for Circle City. She's going to be facing Selena Elias. And then after her is Rec Jackson. And whatever else comes past it, got to at least see 3, this one being the shortstop.
Circle City needs a couple base runners just to chip away.
An uppercut hack at the 1-0 pitch. Even the home plate umpire had to duck out of the way.
I think it hit him, honestly, on the inside of the leg, and we hope he's okay, obviously. Umpires are
foul tip.
Umpires are a little
they're going through it.
Yeah, they're going through it 100%.
Takes the 1-1 upstairs.
I was talking to a couple of the guys, umpires, at USC Flames Stadium, and they were talking about how there's a little bit of a shortage, and it was difficult to find some umpires for this tournament.
It is, but you look at a tournament like this, and even summer ball, the leagues that we both work in, they use these as training grounds to produce minor and major league umpires.
Yes, the league I'm working in, the Northwoods League, is very big for that.
Yeah, same thing with my league, the Coastal Plain League, is the 3-1 pitch is not a call that Dowdy likes to run it even, or full, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, umpires are people that do have to, their job is not easy.
Oh, no. Cut on and missed. Dowdy was swinging out of her shoes on that one. That's one away.
White Sox just doing a little around the horn here, just making sure those gloves and those infielders are working. They want to make sure that defense is on point because, yeah, it may have had a couple bright spots in the opening day, but they also want to make sure that they can keep those bright spots as consistent bright spots.
I thought that looping curveball was going to go in for a strike. That looked really good.
It did.
We are not the umpiring group, so it's a 1-0 pitch. That one's also up.
Regardless of if that curve did not get in the zone, it was still a very good pitch to mess with the batter's eyes and really show them, hey, man, this curveball has got some action to it. Watch out.
Some action, Bronson, the 1-0 pitch. 3 straight pitches upstairs, all of them looking to be fastballs or changeups. So my guess, Henry, Brooklyn Rec will not be moving the pine off her shoulder. She does. I like it. Aggressive.
You're down 4.
Prove me wrong. Why not?
You're down 4 in the bottom of the first. why not? You have a 3-0 count. What's exactly the worst that can happen? Maybe another out, but still, you have to try. You have to start to chip away.
And it is the last regular season in air quotes, the 4 games they play for this weekend.
I would say the round robin.
The round robin, as so each team plays 4 games, and that decides the playoff situation for Championship Sunday tomorrow. So you never really know. Each team's going to play to the last one. But after the free pass from Brooklyn Rec, Tiana Jackson's going to begin 0-1.
And we'll see if we can't get a better playoff picture for you guys, the viewers, later on in this game.
We know the 2 powerhouse teams, Cincinnati and Cleveland, are going to continue and just dominate. We even saw Cincinnati earlier. The fact that they got as big of a lead as they did against their in-state rivals shows that in the past year they've made leaps and bounds over them. That one's just going to be off the nose of the bat. The catcher, Silvis, is going to make the catch, mask right off.
That's what you want to see from the catchers, ripping that mask off as quick as possible. And also then, once she had that ball in her hand, she looked over first, gave her a little stare down, and said, hey, try.
But I like to see Selena Elias immediately ran out of the circle and was there just in case. That communication for a team that's really only played 3 games together this weekend. We know they've been teammates for longer times, but just in this situation, they're playing teams that they don't know. So communication sometimes falls through the cracks when you're going up against a new team that could put some high-stress situations on you. That one's fouled off.
Yeah, communication for these teams is very important. You know, they have to they come together pretty quickly, but they also have to make sure that they're communicating, and the teams that can communicate the best and understand where they need to be in the infield, especially the teams that are going to succeed.
1-1 to Daniel. Is now Dowdy's caught in no man's land.
I thought that ball was going to bounce out into right field, but very good job by the first base.
Kalia Jackson, it bounced and she grabbed it immediately with her glove. She almost could have deked the runner and Dowdy.
Yeah.
That's what I actually thought was happening. I thought it was a deke job.
Little hidden ball trick.
Why don't you? 2-1 is cut on and fouled.
Cheyenne Daniel doing a very good job hacking away, trying to work to see if she can't get that power straightened out and possibly to the fences again. She had a big RBI double attempt.
Only a matter of time before she gets that green light hack and sends it a mile high. Rec is on first. 3-2. On the ground to the shortstop, Herrera. She'll just go to first. And that'll do it for the inning. 4 batters are going to come up for Indianapolis. 1 will be left stranded. We're going to the second. Corner infield, Kalia Jackson's going to lead off for White Sox and Nike RBI. Then she'll flip it up to her catcher, the 1-hole hitter, who will pass it off to Rainey, the 2-hole hitter. So 9-1-2. Not crowding the plate as much as some of the other hitters. Is up in the box, though. The 1-0 is fouled.
Yeah, being up in the box, you've seen the White Sox do that a lot, and it also helps, especially when they're bunting. You know, just you see the ball, you can have a little bit more control, put it down in front of the lines a little easier.
Jackson was the only hitter for the Sox that didn't hit in the first inning, as that one's going to be drilled into the right center gap, at least for 2 as it hops off the wall. McLean is going to throw it into the cutoff man, Boizo. It's going to be a stand-up double for Kalia Jackson.
Yeah, hit the fence, went all the way to it, and she had some power behind that one. Just got a little on top of it, not as under maybe as she wanted to get that full power. Maybe try and see if she couldn't touch the wall on the top part, but you know, still, first at bat, you get a runner on second. Big.
That's all you have to do. You just got to pass the bat, go any way possible. It's now the top of the order for Silvis. She shows bunt, but it gets past Smith, the backstop. Jackson is 90 feet away.
So right there, she showed bunt, and she went forward with it. She was trying to get it. And honestly, it really was a difficult read for Smith because almost the full body was in front of the ball, and she couldn't really see it very well.
It's like a basketball screen as that one gets past her as well in the dirt. Here comes the runner. The throw is not going to be in time. So you get a leadoff double. You go to third on a wild pitch, and you come home on a wild pitch.
Tacking on another run.
5-0 now.
Very quickly, no outs. 1-1 count. I mean, White Sox still going.
This L train is barreling its way down the track.
Just like these White Sox are.
South side slugging so far as it's 5-0 in the top of the second.
Didn't get that bunt away too quickly, so, you know, behind in the count now. But White Sox, they love being at home. They didn't have to travel that far.
How could you not?
Probably took the L train up here.
Potentially. 1-2 on its way. Cut on and missed. Good bounce back strikeout for Jackson.
That was needed for Jackson. She needs to build her confidence back up after a tough first inning and also letting in a run early in the second, but she can do it. Pitches like that, at-bats like that, help her.
You're starting to get to the meat of the order, though, with Rainey. She's on with 1 out. First pitch to her is in there. You can see that running bunt slap style. You don't see it used as much in baseball except for international players. Normally, guys from Asia, as that one is hit into right field, it's going to drop out of the glove of LaFara. There's going to be a turn to second from Rainey and a turn to third as well. And she's barreling all the way home. Let's see, the throw is not going to be in time. Little League homer. 6-0 White Sox, Nike RBI leading.
Let's start talking about that play right at the first. Right fielder hit off the top part of her glove. She didn't get it right in the pocket, so had a difficult time feeling it. It was kicked around for a second, and the speed of the White Sox shown again.
Little League homer is going to be scoring on your own E9. Selena Elias, the pitcher, first thing she sees, she's going inside out on one that's going to drop into short left field. Back-to-back hits on her way to second. The throw won't be in time.
The throw was in time. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It was low. It was on the far side, and you have to turn your body 180 degrees to get that tag, and because you have to get the tag on that one, and it is difficult.
So, and I will definitely allow you to correct me. It was on time, just not on the money.
Yeah, a little low, but also very difficult play there for a second base. You have to turn all the way around. And coming from left field, that's obviously going to be the only way you're going to get that ball.
Hey, I'm fine with admitting I was wrong, Henry. Thank you. This is why you're here. You keep me thinking. So Malia Watson on second base now after the single in advance on a throw. Narelle Kottner, first one's away. Runner now on third.
And the clouds have come over a little bit. It could possibly be a bit more difficult to read the ball, but clouds helping out these players a little bit, cooling them off, hopefully.
Well, yes, but it is a neon green softball.
It is.
Food for thought there. 1-0.
I'm going to ask you a question there. More food for thought.
Go ahead,
Why is the baseball neon green?
Why is baseball not neon green?
Yeah, why not?
See, I don't know. I could not tell you that.
Maybe it's because they'd have to dye the leather on the outside of the ball or that fabric.
I'm not really too sure. because that is a – wow, you really got me thinking now. 2-0. That one's ripped into right field. LaFaro's going to be there, jump and make the catch, so the runner's going to have to go back to third. That's a great play in right.
Serious power there by LaFaro. So, you know, the White Sox have it. They're just trying to use it now.
And Cotner got every stitch of that softball, but LaFaro just a one-legged get-me-up and getting it right on the palm. That's not an easy one to catch. Her hand might be stinging a little bit.
Yes. If we had the TrackMan, we might be able to see those exit velos.
The exit velo. So after that screaming liner, the right fielder Holcomb's going to come up and try to do it herself.
2 down now. It's much better for Indianapolis because there's a runner on third for the Sox, and there's a chance if it was a fly out or something like that, possibly get back. But now 2 outs, running on contact. We'll see it now.
1-0. Running on contact as that one's on the line to Dowdy. She'll throw it to Daniel at first. That's the 3rd out of the inning. You get good defense with Dowdy, but the Sox still tack on 2 more here on WCSN 2. Elias is back to work from the wind. The first one LaFaro is going to see after having good defense in the outfield. About 1.5 feet away from her.
Yeah, today, you know, we're in that nice air-conditioned press box of DePaul's Cacciatore Stadium.
That one's going to be hit into right field. Holcomb's running in on a charge and makes the catch.
As I was saying, yeah, air-conditioned press box, Cacciatore Stadium. A little different from UIC Flame Stadium. It was a little warm yesterday, being inside of a steel box, no air conditioning. It was a little tough, I will admit, for myself.
There's a hot box in there.
It was. I was trying to get as much water in me as possible.
Marissa Reynolds, the left fielder, looks at a strike. And they were also playing University of Illinois Chicago Flames Field yesterday. There's such different fields. This one is now turf. The other one was dirt and grass. So how do you think that affects the pace of play? That's another strike.
Well, it's going to run a little faster in general overall on this turf, excuse me. The dirt at UIC will be a little faster, but it was a little wet yesterday, so that's a big thing. And they had to do a little field repair. Also, there was a lot of water just everywhere that they did a very good job getting rid of. So
the one thing you really have to see here is in between is cut on and missed at the 1-2. That's the second straight out and another punchy. You'll see that with the turf at least. In between games, they have to redo the circle. They have to kind of recolor it. But they're just going to tap the slab to make sure that it's not up at a different level. Other than that, the turf from the infield to the outfield is leveled. You don't have to worry about a ball bouncing up on a lip.
Yeah, that is a big thing, and you've seen these balls just run once they're hit on the turf.
That one's going to be fouled off the foot of McLean. You can see she's limping a bit. Might want to go check on her.
Yeah, she's just going to have to hopefully walk this one off. She should be good.
We
hope she's all good. Maybe a little bruise there in the morning, but you know.
See if the training staff is going to come out for this one.
As the White Sox players are going to just have use this opportunity to talk a little bit. McLean looks to be all good.
She will be behind in the count 0-1 after one is fouled off her back right foot. Glad to see she's doing all right. Elias resets and fires. Off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough for McLean now because, you know, hit the foot. You're not going to want to put as much pressure on there. Your weight distribution is going to be a little different. So let's see if it hopefully doesn't affect her swing too much.
And that definitely didn't affect the swing, as the next one she sees, she's going to poke to right field for a single.
Speedily got down to first and is providing, hopefully, a little spark to Indianapolis' offense.
You could see she got down to first, looked at her first base coach, and gave a fist bump. She's feeling good. She's not worried about it. You poke one opposite field. Now the best thing you do is you try to get a run, and Aries Smith is going to try to do that with 2 out and 1 on.
It's going to be difficult with 2 outs, though. This White Sox defense has shown that they are up to the challenge.
Massive hack, like he was swinging an oar out there. So 0-1 on something up.
Trying to get any contact that they can get, and Indianapolis really trying to chip away, make sure that they can play as many innings as they want.
Wind, kick, and deal from Elias is away. Aries Smith catching today, batting 8th. That one's going to be hit to the shortstop, Herrera. She'll just step on second. I think there was some communication with the number of outs there, but nonetheless, that'll do it for the bottom half. We're going to the third. 6-0, Southside leading. Jaslyn Morton will lead it off as soon as Tiana Jackson steps back in the circle, and she does. Waiting the first one. She'll take it.
During that break, White Sox fans getting up, getting hype, shooting a couple videos for that social media.
Still doing it.
Doing a little wave.
Doing the wave. Get some new eyes on a brand new team. I love to see the growth of the game of baseball and softball. It's known, at least baseball, as America's pastime. I don't understand why softball cannot be up there right next to it.
Oh, it's so much fun. Everyone gets involved, and it's more action.
Yeah. When I was at least Arizona State, most of the first calls I had ever done was only about 2 years ago, and I was calling softball because there's way more energy, it's high intensity, and everything's going as the 1-1 is ripped past the third baseman, Hatcher. Actually, no, that's Rec, excuse me. It's going to be a leadoff single. See, still making mistakes. It's going to happen.
That Arizona State softball that year was pretty good. Hosted a regional and a super regional. Just fell short of getting to the College World Series.
They did.
Played against Northwestern, Chicago's own.
They did. We saw with head coach Tricia Ford at the time, now at Texas A&M, saw her on a over 20-game win streak as the first pitch to Ilani Herrera in her second ABs inside.
Yeah, Oklahoma lost at one point, and Arizona State then inherited the longest active win streak, and it was pretty cool to see.
It was cool, and then you see a team like Oklahoma, now they had 52 straight wins. Showing bunt way upstairs. Smith can't handle it. Runners on second now.
It just shows sometimes in softball, when you get hot, those bats are hot, the defense is going, there's just nothing that can stop you.
You know, once the Rats get rolling, it's hard to stop any cheese in front of them. 2-0. That one's blooped into foul ground. Daniel's going to make the catch, but the runner is going to advance. There's the throw. Way late. Good heads-up awareness by Morton.
In that instance right there, you had 3 people going for 1 ball. You don't need that many, maybe 2, but you have to have some communication. Call people off, say, I got it, I'm seeing it. It'll be good. I'm running onto the ball instead of kind of with the ball.
Zaria Hatcher, her first official AB. She did walk in the first inning. Trying to extend the cushion that they have. Trying to pop another pillow in there, why don't you? Make it 7-0.
And if you weren't listening last game, I'll explain the rules again for the mercy rules. Obviously, White Sox up 6-0. But after 3 innings, if one team is up 15 or more runs, that is a win. After 4 innings, if they're up 12, another win.
That one's through the wickets of Smith. The throw is not going to be there. Actually, she didn't even try to throw it. Just dive and do it herself. Will not beat the legs of Morton.
And just to finish that off, if you're up 8 after 5 innings.
Now 8.
You get the win.
Now 7, excuse me. So I'm getting a bit too ahead of myself.
No worries. I was about to update the score bug anyway, so we're all good there.
You're just helping me out here, Henry.
It's
been quite the last couple of days. I mean, this is what we want to do. If you get a job in sports, you're never going to work a traditional 9 to 5. And it's kind of the beauty of it. We've all had long days. I had a 20-hour day just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they turned out to be pretty fun. Day before I came into Chicago, it was a doubleheader. First game started at 11. Was there by 7.
3-0. It's a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, I was there by 7. I didn't leave the ballpark till about 11:30, I think it was, because some rain delays.
Ooh, so my 20-hour day. I worked for a team that's in North Carolina.
Ashboro Zookeepers.
Ashboro Zookeepers of the Coastal Plain League. We went down to face the Macon Bacon. Yes, that's a real name. 6.5-hour drive there. We made it. Fine, okay. We had a 5-hour, 40-minute game, an hour lightning delay. And, you know, it went 11 innings. That one's going to get past Smith. So you had that hour lightning delay. You had the 5-hour game, basically. 6.5 back to the bus right away. I left at 10 in the morning on one day. I finally got back to where I was staying. 7:30 a.m. the next day.
Oof. Rough one there.
Oh, it was a rough one, but I got to admit that was the atmosphere was beautiful. I have the game saved on my computer right here for how nice it was. It bounces the plate. And those are the games that you're going to remember. I'm going to remember the times where it was a 14-hour bus ride and I was the only one awake for probably 90% of it.
I'll be honest, as a production member, I'm lucky that TV does not travel in the Northwoods League, so I don't have to deal with those bus rides, but we had about a 4-hour game to end that doubleheader, and it was long, very long.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the way the weather works. Tiana Jackson just taking a moment to recuperate. She's got a runner on second. One has already come in this inning. 2-0 swinging and a miss. It's going to be actually a foul ball, it seems, so the runner's going back.
2-1 count here. Batter ahead, and you just want to see another ball kind of go past you, but outside. You want that extra ball to give you the extra cushion. 1 out, runner at second.
And you can see Brooklyn Wreck, the third baseman, is playing in for potential slap bunt or actual bunt drop down. So we could even see Hatcher moving as that one screamed off the glove of Boiso into the right center gap. That runner and Hatcher is going to score. It's going to be an RBI single for Kalia Jackson.
Boiso almost had that, like I said, again, just off the tip of that glove, unable to really grab it, and those lineouts are so difficult sometimes when there's some speed coming back.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of life behind that one. It seems that Aries Smith is taking her catcher's gear off. Might be getting a bit too hot back there. She's going to be replaced by Emily Ballinger.
I think Indianapolis was having a little bit of a struggle with some wild pitches, and they said, hey, Rec obviously caught for the last game. We need somebody else to come in and help out behind. New battery partner.
Yeah, so it is now 8-0. It is the top of the third, though. So there's quite a bit of time here, Henry.
Quite a bit of time, however, 1 out. White Sox are showing no sign of letting up. They want to make sure that they can end this game and possibly move on.
So Ballinger is going to take over behind the dish for Aries Smith. She'll probably also hit in that 8 hole. So the next time up, it will be the first AB for Ballinger. Head coach checking on Tiana Jackson, giving her some words of encouragement. This game, it's set up to fail, so you never like to see somebody not doing well, Henry. But the fact that the head coach walked out there and gave some nice words is really touching to see.
Yeah, you have to show your players encouragement. You gotta say, hey, goldfish mentality here. Forget about the past.
Exactly.
You can't do anything about it. Let's in the future. Let's right now attack the zone. Get some punchies.
Just got to jump the shark and keep going for whatever's in front of you. And what's in front of her now is the top of the order, Angelina Silvas. Angelina dropping the bunt down in a hole to short. Barehanded throw to second. It's going to go into the outfield. So Jackson's on her way to third. She might be going home. Silvas is right behind her. She's also going to go home. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. 10-zip.
Inside the park bunt home run?
It's going to be a single is what it's officially scored at, and she will eventually come around to score on what seems to be an E5.
Yeah, sometimes those extra throws to check up on some people get you in trouble like that, because if it's just not on line, it misses the glove, then you're in a world of trouble.
So 5 runs away now from having it be a run rule in the third. Seems that Indianapolis is just going to run with what they got on the field.
White Sox put up 4 in the top of the first, already have put up 4 in the top of the third, trying to add on to that total right now.
1-0 is just chopped at to the third baseman. Brooklyn Wreck, she had it. I guess her foot was on the line, so the crew chief is going to call it out of play.
I think it may have bounced on the line first.
Okay, so it could have probably gone either way, but not the worst of calls. We've definitely seen worse, let's be real here, but 1-1. Swings in right back to Jackson. She'll do it in 1-2 step-a-roo. That's the second out.
Great job by Jackson there, fielding her position, getting it over to first in a nice, timely, and controlled manner. And that gets 2 down now. You have a little bit more confidence. You say, hey, I just need 1 more to be out of here.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump away from getting out of this top half. As it's going to go back to her glove. She is skipping, not able to make the jump as it's off the glove of Daniel.
Yeah, Cheyenne Daniels was just trying to get it as quick as she could and turn, and sometimes it's one of those ones where you have to watch it into your glove first and then turn as fast as you can.
It's going to be Kottner, her third AB in the third inning. Got on a fielder's choice in the first. Flew out to deep right field. It was a liner off her bat, but LaFara just jumped up and made the catch. That's going to go over the head of Emily Ballinger. And no throw, as Elias is on second.
2 outs, runner in scoring position. You just need a throw to first or a pop out or something like that to get out of here.
1-ball pitch. That's going to be off the hands of the bat. Just going to go into foul territory in left field.
Saw one of the fans trying to barehand it. If he would have caught it, I'd give him a big round of applause.
Might have to go run out there and shake his hand.
Yeah, it probably hurts.
Oh, I mean, when I was at ASU, one of the games I was calling, I believe it was Arizona State, Oregon. And Oregon, one of the players, got underneath the softball, and it came back and rolled its way to me. I put up my left hand to try to catch it, and it just hit right off the palm. So when I play the outfield, that would be called an E9, as that one is sent to the number 9 defender, LaFara, and she'll make the catch to end it. But it hit off my hand, and it was really on fire. And I called it an E9 on the broadcast. I said, hey, you know, I didn't make the catch, unlike LaFara. So we're going bottom 3. 4 more attack done for the White Sox. So the 9-hole hitter, Boiso, is going to face a new pitcher in the circle, Maricela Masarina. Haven't seen her as the night for Selena Elias is over, even with a 10-run cushion.
Masarina pitched in the first game of the tournament for the softball side of things. Did very well.
And her teammates doing well is getting the swinging or kind of a swing at that pitch outside.
Swinging the bat, not connecting. It's been the tale of the day for Indianapolis today. It's very difficult.
It really has been a tale of two cities. Fouled off the end of the bat.
Starting off the inning well in a pitcher's count. Masarina is, so let's see if she can't get a punchy or a quick out for her first batter.
She's ahead in the count, 1-2 the pitch. It's going to go off the end of the bat again, foul territory.
Watch out, cars. Watch
your lips. Don't want to have to get a new windshield. Mine's still cracked from the first time I drove to Arizona for college.
How'd I get cracked? Rock?
So I was driving through Oklahoma, and a small rock when I was on the highway just hits right in front of it.
That's Oklahoma for you.
It's now been 3 years.
That's Oklahoma for you.
So it's going to remain 1-2. Just like the crack in my windshield. That's going to go into fair territory and shallow left. Who's going to make a play? It's not going to be anybody. Bloop single.
That's difficult right there. Shortstop backing up. running a little bit, you lose track of the ball. You have to kind of put your backhand up, and it's very difficult to, even if the ball hits the glove, grasp it. But good effort, tossed it right to second, prevented any extra bases.
And that's all you really can do in a certain situation. You just let it eat. Aaliyah Dowdy, the #1 hitter, is back up. Strike past her. She's got a strikeout on the day. It was swinging.
And Indianapolis did a good job in the last half of the inning to prevent any extra runs from scoring so they can play a few more innings possibly.
Chopped just foul.
The Circle City team really trying to just leave Chicago on a good note.
Gonna have to go through Gary, Indiana on that drive. That's a yikes.
It's an empty place.
It is an empty place, unless you're a fan of the Jackson 5. Then you got something. I want you back, 0-2. I want that one back. That's a punching.
There's a baseball team in Gary, Indiana called the Railcats.
Are they indie ball?
I think they are.
Okay.
But I know our fearless leader, Kevin Malater, he has attended one of those games.
Our fearless leader. I wonder if he's attended the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, as that one's on a line to the shortstop. Back to first. That's a double play. White Sox, Nike RBI doing it on both sides. Alani Herrera, she's doing it all. We're going to the bottom half. Top of the fourth, Sox are back up, still leading 10-0.
And if they get 2 more runs around and 3 quick outs in the bottom half, they will win this game.
Trying to continue being as dominant as they have been. As the looks of this one, they're already well on their way to a victory, as the first 2 pitches to Holcomb are going to go even, 1-1.
Holcomb just looking for that pitch. She can also provide some power for it or play it up the middle, which they've been doing so well today.
Seen that a lot more in this game, Henry. Most of the other games we haven't seen people actually utilizing that big empty space in the middle of the field. A lot more times you're seeing pass balls or walks.
And it's difficult because you have to get the timing just right.
Yeah.
You know, if most of the time you're going to pull, if you're a righty hitter, to the left, if you're early on it or late on, excuse me.
Not late, right. Early on that one, just right on the money, as that's going to get over the head of Reynolds in left. Up against the wall as she throws it in. Stand up 2-bagger for Mia Holcomb.
That one hit the wall, had a good amount of power on it. I was looking for a second, trying to track it to see what kind of line it was on, and I was like, we're getting close to possibly a home run, but so far have not seen one here.
Inching closer and closer. See if Jaslyn Morton is able to do it. That one is into left field. It's just right into the glove of Reynolds. So they're hitting it to the right spot. It's just not to the right people.
You know, and the flags aren't as close as they are at UIC Flames Field, but they are blowing out gently.
Yeah, there's not much of a breeze. It seems to be blowing out towards right center. So if you're going to hit it to left, you're going to have to power it out there. But those last two, they were pretty much powered all the way.
Yeah.
Yolani Herrera. She did it all defensively.
Yeah.
Now she's trying to do it here offensively.
Trying to hit it all the way to that DePaul Blue Demon sign and make St. Vincent de Paul up there, big mural, quite happy.
Let's see if St. Vincent will be happy if one can get a charge into it. 1-0. Runs a little bit off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes.
Cacciatore Stadium, just a beautiful backdrop as well.
Oh, yeah.
UIC, I say it has it beat, but beautiful church, beautiful, nice building, and you know you have the L right here. It is one of a kind.
You don't see many stadiums like it, but that's the beauty about having an athletic school right in the heart of Chicago.
Yep,
Big East.
Yeah, Big East, man. I mean, also you have University of Loyola Chicago, but it's in a little different area of town. Northwestern, definitely a little more on the outskirts, a little more room.
3-0 pitch is upstairs, 4-pitch walk.
But yeah, DePaul, I mean, that train going by, I don't think there's probably only one other stadium in the world I can think that has a train that goes right by it or / in it. And
Is that
Austrian soccer or like Swiss soccer team?
Yeah.
Up there, yeah.
See, the only thing I can think of in the U.S. is St. John's. They play at Madison Square Garden. So there's trains but subways underneath, but that's not necessarily close. Like I know the sense you mean. You can see it.
You can hit a
with
foul ball to it.
Your own naked eye can see it while sitting in the stands. You can hear it rumbling the press box.
Yeah. This is just really cool, and DePaul has done a great job with this field. Multi-purpose, and it's just very useful.
Raven Perkins is the new batter. Rosaria Hatcher, and it's an even count, 1-1 after 2 pitches.
Nice curveball just dropped into the zone. Had a little bit of up and down action on it.
Perkins awaits the 1-1 pitch. He's going to hit a blooper to the second baseman, Boiso. She'll make the catch, and everyone's going to stay put.
There's that L train we talked about, but both runners there staying put, did not take their foot off the bag. Smart play.
I got to give it to Boiso. Not doing anything other than holding the ball to herself like a running back, carrying the loaf of bread uphill.
Yes. And if Chicago White Sox can't tack on 2 more, they're going to play a 5th inning as well.
Malia Watson is now the batter for Kalia Jackson. She'll start at 1-0. Slow swing and a miss.
Yeah, she fanned that one, and she's going to wish she had her timing up a little bit better. But I think she knows that speed now, so if that comes again, watch out.
It was just a really good changeup. You don't see it too often. Changeup is a big softball pitch, Henry. That's somewhat where it got its origins for baseball. Is that one's going to be in the middle of no man's land in the infield and drop off the glove of Dowdy. That's going to allow Holcomb to come in to score and everyone else to be safe.
That's 1 run there. Need 1 more. Still have 2 on at first and second and 2 out. So White Sox come at close.
The E6 is going to be the 5th error of the day for Indianapolis.
Playing it up the middle again, but this time in the air.
Silvis is now up. He's gotten on twice. 2 singles. Now 2 stolen bags there, but had a strikeout as well. That's why she's 2 for 3.
And now that runner at third. One mistake. There's that 12th run they need.
Basically comes down to this, Henry. Big hack and a miss.
Silvis really looking for power on that one. He's trying to send it to the outfield.
Trying to send it to the yacht club.
Tell him to bring out the yacht.
Tell him to bring out the yacht. 1-1. Looked like a good frame job from Ballinger, but will not get the call.
Just a little outside. Ballinger really trying to do her best to keep it in front of the plate.
But in situations like this, when you're in run rule territory, the zone tends to expand up and wide. So closer call than normal is going to have to extend the bat outside-wise, be able to make it. That probably would have been called a strike.
Definitely.
So deuces are going to be wild. 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Double ones on the board, so 11 you could make it 2, but we're not going that far into it. That's going to be on the ground to Dowdy at short. Take 2 steps into the infield. Daniel is not going to be on the bag, and that runner is going to score. And now she's going to second. Silvis is on second. Just utter dominance from the White Sox Nike RBI at this point.
And we saw in the Cubs game that the Cubs got on a lot by walking against Indianapolis. This one, it's all by hits.
So it's now the number 2 hitter. As there's a wild pitch to her. Run number 13 comes across.
Also a runner still on third now. So another wild pitch or anything like that. Could be another run scored. Another insurance run.
It's getting close in this one. You can see just the White Sox Nike RBI program, their first year as a softball team, and they're already shelling people.
Coming in blazing, and the speed that they've shown is just, it's fire on the base paths, man.
And it just makes sense with how the South Side has done. You saw their 18U won the entire RBI World Series. The 15U have made it to Florida as well. Now they have this softball program. They're just a blazing saddle coming out of the South Side of Chicago.
Very much so indeed.
2-0 on its way. Big windmill hack.
2-0 count, why not swing? 2 outs, runner on third. Force an error possibly, but.
Already up a baker's dozen.
Yes.
4-2, 4-3 are the runs per inning. Showing a slap bunt. Okay.
Making it deuces wild again. Nothing sweeter than that 13th in the baker's dozen. Bagels, donuts.
Donuts is mainly what I think of.
I think of bagels.
So there's a go-to donut spot in Columbus, Ohio. It's called Buckeye Donuts. Open 7 days a week, 24 hours. 2-2. That's going to be a half swing that's going to go to the second baseman. Onto Daniel at first, and she'll get him just by a half step, though. So that'll get Indianapolis out of the inning. We are going to the bottom of the 4th. Southsiders are up 13. First time they've faced Indy in this 2023 MLB Nike RBI Central Regional Tournament here in Chicago, Illinois. Everybody, I'm Austin Kroom, Henry Dominy to the right of me. Thank you again for joining us. Big Texas, the red man himself.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's just gonna be a fun matchup if the White Sox can move on and possibly play some more. They just have so much potential, and you never know, they could ruffle some of the feathers of the big teams.
Tiana Jackson, 2 pitches to her. None of them made the K zone, so she's ahead in the count 2-0. But now you can call them 3.
And, Jackson just hoping to, just get a walk here, start the inning off well.
She might be on her way as 3 straight balls called for. Somebody paid for her taxi fare as she's on first.
And now you have the power of Cheyenne Daniels coming up to bat. She could possibly get this one home. You never know. I mean, scoring from first in this game has not been uncommon, that's for sure.
That is definitely true, Henry, and we've seen the power of Daniels. She's able to get under something and lift it. That really could go halfway into the other half of the soccer pitch.
Right now, though, Maricela Messerina, Messerina, looking for some lift on those balls.
Not able to lift any of those, both of them on the ground, and that throw is into center field, so Jackson will go first to third.
Beautiful throw there by the left fielder, though.
Yeah. That was about on the line as possible.
With some speed, got there, beautiful throw.
So now 90 feet away is the pitcher Jackson. That was really the first pitch that Daniels was able to really lift and just foul.
Yeah, White Sox they're just trying to get through this game. They have 1 run of cushion. If they would like to end it in this inning, they have to play some good defense, though. Runner on third, no outs.
You said it, 1 run of cushion, able to get that run roll. But you don't want to keep walking people if you're Maricela Messerina.
And Messerina is those balls are rolling in the turf and instead of in the air, and it's difficult right now. Just need to adjust that grip a little bit, get it up.
Might be trying to induce a ground ball as the 3-1's on its way. Swing and a miss.
Big fan there, and that's what's going to happen sometimes with those boom or bust players like Cheyenne Daniels. If she gets a hold of it, it's going to go a long ways.
And she might get the best pitch of the AB here. It's full. Can't walk 2 in a row. And she does. Back to Messerina on the bump. She's trying to go home. The advanced runner is Jackson. She'll make it underneath the slide.
There goes that 1 run of cushion. However, good job fielding the first one, getting the first out. It's big.
I do like the fact that she decided to run as soon as the throw was off of Messerina's fingertips.
Yeah, you got to. You're down 13-0. You don't, like I said, you don't want to keep that goose egg up there, and it's taking them a while.
And they don't keep it up there. It's now 13-1, bottom of the 4th inning. LaFara is up. And the first one she sees is a slow grounder on a hop to Watson at first. She'll do it herself.
And Indianapolis is down to their last. They really have to take a smart approach to this at-bat, see if they can't keep something going and stay here in this tournament.
Last hope for Circle City is Marissa Reynolds. Just an emergency hack at something near the face mask.
And honestly, I bet Indianapolis is thinking maybe we should have taken that one, just stay behind, ahead of the count rather than behind, and keep our chances as alive as possible.
It's going to be a high pop-up that stays in the infield. Watson's going to catch it. And I believe that might be the ball game. We're going to see.
We had a little issue with that last game, but we're going to make sure.
So as of this moment, what the telling signs are showing from the Southsiders is that this one will be over. it seems that will be right, just depending on what the crew chief is doing. He's walking off the field, so that will do it. Southsiders win it 13-1 against Circle City. That's the third and final softball game at Cacciatore Stadium here on July 15th, 2023. I want to thank you all so much for not only listening and watching to this game, but if you're able to tune in and watch any of the other two games that Henry and myself really had. So this has been the 2023 MLB Nike RBI Central Regional Tournament here on WCSN. Have a good afternoon, everybody.